911, where is your emergency?
This is Anna Smith and I need help. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a moment for day 2 and walk you through what I do when I've gone from my idea to my log line and now I'm developing the characters for my script. So I start off super broad, like I'll have names like boss lady or secretary. I name their positions rather than their characters because I'm just building a world and I'm not sure who's they're going to be yet. But as I get down to it and I think about how it's going to play out, I use archetypes. And I use archetypes from a book called The Comedy Code, even though what I've written is not a comedy. They are still great, and I'll show you a link in the comments or in the description below. But I'm going to go over those with you and how my process goes, and hopefully it'll be of help to you. And at the end, one more thing, I'm going to do a little contest for people who love Wordle or Wheel of Fortune or whatever. I guess not a contest because there's really no prize, but it's fun. We have a name of a monster that's in this script, and I want to see how many people can figure out. I'll give you a letter every video, and you can figure out the name of our monster. So hold tight. We're going to go right over here, and I'm going to show you how I build my characters. Okay, so here we are at my whiteboard, and just an aside, if you don't want to fill up your house with purchasing expensive and large whiteboards, you see the one above it and to the right. Those are super cool. They are a roll of adhesive kind of peel and stick whiteboards, and I will give you the link to that in the description or in the comments so you can check those out. I put those all over. I love them. So, but here we go. I start out, as you can see, with I take the characters and I create bubbles around all of them. And I do that because I want to give them archetype descriptions. So Hannah is our dreamer, and a dreamer doesn't mean like she just sits there and dreams and doesn't do anything. A dreamer is somebody who hopes for a better life. They keep getting up, they keep falling down, which for Hannah in this script is perfect. And I also think about, well, who would play Hannah? Like, what's a great actress that I can think of and use while I write? And Emma Stone, for me, in La La Land, is that dreamer, and I just, that expression on her face, Emma, yes. I just love it so much. So I imagine Emma while I was writing this. And then you look at the other characters. So she goes into an interview and she has Boss Lady. Boss Lady, I imagine, is Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada. I don't have a picture up of that right now, but that narcissist, that quiet authority, know-it-all, and she wants control of every situation. There's a secretary in this short, and cynic sounds kind of misleading. The reason she's a cynic is because she's kind of stuck in this job. So she has a lot of responsibilities. Maybe she has an elderly parent she's taking care of, a young son, somebody where she doesn't really have that ability to just go, you know what, I'm quitting, because she can't find another job that pays as well. Or she has transportation issues or something we can all relate to. And up here, Numbers Lady. She is an innocent. An innocent is one of those people you meet that just hugs you when you meet, and they don't quite understand how people are mean or why people are mean, and they kind of go through life innocent, kind of sweet. And so that's how I came up with that. And then you can see the back and forth is how I create kind of the conflict that they might have with each other. Hannah's a dreamer, so how's that going to be with the narcissist? Well, she doesn't know Boss Lady's a narcissist. She's trying to impress her. And right back at her, she doesn't realize narcissist is going to control her. Same thing for secretary. Narcissist of Boss Lady is always going to try to control the secretary. The secretary is going to be neutral towards Hannah. She people come and go from these interviews. She doesn't really want to get involved. If Hannah got the job, this might be her sidekick. This might be the person that goes, "Psst, Hannah, hey, I got to tell you something about Skyview." And numbers lady, she just wants to help everybody. She's just there to help. And the other archetypes you might look at, again from the book, The Comedy Comedy Code, which I will link in the description or the comments. Other archetypes are anchor, neurotic, rebel, eccentric, buffoon, and player. I, again, use them for anything. It doesn't have to be comedy. And so that's how I get a start. And then I create like a mood board of the location that will be out, maybe a line of dialogue, how I want this thing to look and feel for people. And it all starts coming together. And as you get to know your characters better, you can fill in more details. Like I could tell you what kind of drink Hannah would get. Like that girl's going to get something like a caramel macchiato light, no ice or light ice. She's going to want to watch her figure. Maybe she'll treat herself to a full frappuccino sometimes. And boss lady, she might just drink her coffee black. I don't even know. Does she get coffee? Maybe tea. Maybe she brews it at home because nobody does it right. Things like that. You start to think of, okay, where would they, when they're out and about, how do they act in everyday life? Even if we're never going to see it. I want to know those things as a writer. Okay, so now for the fun. Here is, I drew the monster that does not look anything like the monster that will be in At Skyview Enterprises. But I have the first letter of our little puzzle. So what we're going to do is there's 2 words, and I'll give you a letter every video, and you can try to figure out the name of our monster. So that is it from me today, and I will see you up ahead.